In 2010, Jose Enriquez was 2,300 feet underground when the mountain collapsed. 1 second, routine work. The next, thunder. Rock exploded, dust swallowed the air, the exit disappeared. And then silence. 33 men were buried alive. No signal, no sunlight, no guarantee anyone even knew. 17 days passed before the surface heard anything. 17. How long would your faith last in that kind of quiet? The collapse happened inside the San José Mine. The temperature underground climbed above 90 degrees. Humidity wrapped around them like a wet blanket. Food? 2 spoonfuls of tuna every 48 hours. That's it. Water dripped from the machinery. Hope dripped even slower. Day blurred into night. Night stretched into something heavier. You start to think things down there. Hard things. Final thoughts. But something shifted. Instead of turning on each other, they turned upward. They began praying. Quietly at first, then together. And one verse began circulating through that cavern of fear. When you pass through the waters, I will be with you. Isaiah 43, verse 2. Not if, when. It didn't promise escape, it promised presence. And sometimes that's enough to survive another hour. Maybe you're not trapped under 700,000 tons of rock, but you feel pressure, bills piling up, a diagnosis, a prayer that hasn't been answered, a door that won't open, silence. And silence can be louder than chaos. But hear this. Silence does not equal absence. Delay does not equal denial. Just because you cannot see movement doesn't mean nothing is happening. On day 17, a drill bit punched through the ceiling, a small shaft of light, hope the size of a pencil. They tied a note to the drill and sent it back up. It read, "We are well in the shelter, the 33. Imagine writing that after 17 days of wondering if the world forgot you. But here's what most people actually forgot. Rescue wasn't immediate. They weren't pulled out the next day. It took 52 more days. 52. Rescue was confirmed, but they still had to wait. That's the hard part. When you know breakthrough is possible, but you're still underground. When the prayer's heard, but the answer isn't visible yet. That space right there. That's where faith matures. One by one, each man entered a narrow rescue capsule called the Phoenix. Up through solid rock, slowly. When they emerged into sunlight, crowds erupted. Families collapsed into tears. Men who had been buried stepped into life again. They weren't preserved because the collapse didn't happen. They were preserved because they endured it. Isaiah 43 never promised no fire. It promised you wouldn't be consumed. There's a difference. If you feel buried right now, stay. If you feel forgotten, hold on. Heaven may be drilling through layers you cannot see. Breakthrough doesn't always sound loud at first. Sometimes it starts with a faint vibration in the ceiling. Don't quit 5 feet from daylight. When you pass through the waters, I will be with you. Not if, when. Right now, you may be underground, but you are not alone. And when the surface breaks open, you won't just survive, you'll rise.